Okay, so the OpenIDEO project is twofold, two things. One, I really want everyone in class to be passionate about their work. I mean, the point of typography is to give you an appreciation of how important the letters are in anything that you do. So, I mean, even if you're, a comic book artist or you're just an illustrator, I taught illustration for several years, and a lot of my students got illustration jobs doing like book covers. Well, the book cover needs type on it. So yes, you're an illustrator, but then you also turn into a typographer as well. So the reason that I started the OpenIDEO is so that it is a topic, you're going to work on a topic that means something to you. It's much easier to get behind a project and be excited about it if it's something that means something to you. So rather than me just saying, design a wine bottle label or, design a magazine cover, we're going to choose a crisis, a global message that needs to get out, something that you and your teammates feel passionate about, because you'll create, I think, 3 or 4 projects throughout the semester that are related to that. And what it'll be is using type to call people to action, right?
Okay.
So not solving a crisis, you're trying to get the message out. What kind of type would you use if you're doing an infographic about it? What kind of type would you use if you're creating a book cover for it? And so that's the key to this. It's to help you to be more passionate about the projects that you do so they mean something, and then also give you a better appreciation of how important the letters are that you choose in your message.
Okay. So yeah, thank you so much. Um, does that mean are we going to do you have like a range of things to make with this? Like, can we do like a poster or a brochure or something like that? Is that how?
So the assignments in the class are listed. So the first thing you'll do with your group is an infographic.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then the next one will be, I want to say, a book cover. I think you'll do a logo design. I switch things up every semester because I get bored easily. So like the projects change on a regular basis. So I don't remember off the top of my head exactly which ones they are, but you will be directed on which assignments that you'll be doing as part of the group. Now, because everybody hates group projects so much, it's kind of it's a twist on a group project, because you will work together on the group part of it to really get the message. So like at the beginning, the 3 of you should be researching what the issue is. And my recommendation to you is that one person researches, like what happened to get us to this point. Somebody else researches what's going on right now that is this problem. And then the third person would research what's going to happen if we don't do anything about this.
Okay.
So each person will take a section of it. You all will do research together on it, come back together, talk about the important points for each project. And you don't have to do it ahead of time. You can do it at the beginning of each project, come together, talk about the research that you found, share it, and then decide how you want to get the message out. But each one of you is going to submit a separate assignment,
Okay.
right? So, and not to get long-winded, I know you're getting bored real fast, but I love talking. So you asked, but the reason behind that is that if you ever work with a client, and I know a lot of you, want to go on to be, animators and character designers, but at some point in your life, you might want to make extra dollars and you might do some freelance work. And when you're working with a client, it behooves you to show them more than one option. So if
Hmm.
I'm a client and you come to me and say, here's this cool thing, I made it and, you'll love it. Or you come to me and say, here's this cool thing and here's this other cool thing and here's a third cool thing, right? And then say, which one do you feel fits best for your needs? And then what you do, because you're an expert, is that you guide them to the one that you really want them to choose.
Mhm.
Right? So when you're presenting it, you're going to present like one, more boldly than the other two, still letting them choose because the thing is that when you're working with a client, you want them to be married to the project as much as you are. Like they have to be 100% in as well. And if you say you need to use this is the design you need to use, then it's all about you as the typographer, designer, animator, illustrator, you giving them the thing that they need as if you're the boss. But if you
Mm,
say, pick from, these different options, then they own it. They chose the one, and you'll work with that one and make it great. But then they can't say, oh, you decided on this design because they actually made the choice. So it's always good to give the client a choice. And in these projects, this group project, I'm the client. So the three of you work for a design team and you are trying to convince me to purchase one of your ideas. And
okay.
you're not competing against each other because you want me to hire your company over maybe group two or group three or group four.
Okay.
So you bring me three designs, I grade each of them separately, but together you get a group grade for the research that you did and maybe like the design plan. Like maybe you pick a color that, kind of runs throughout all of the images or a style or something like that.
Okay.
So that's the group grade, the research and the design style, but you each get individual grades for every project. So the infographic, the book jacket, those projects all have individual grades.
Okay. And the challenge is what we're going to be choosing for our problem, correct? Okay,
Right.
great.
So yeah, I mean, find something that really is important to the three of you and get behind it. Like this is important and it will also look good in your portfolio because you can say, not only did I have to do these assignments, but I was passionate about letting people know how important it is to understand this crisis or problem or, issue.